Hello, welcome back to Hello World, Unit 6, Programming. This is part 2 with your Professor Neil and my TA Yonghee.
Hello, welcome back to part 2 of Unit 6 Programming.
Yes. So hi again. Now rather than comparing programming and coding, we're looking at them as being the same thing. So programming is entering code into a computer. Code is programming a computer. So there are slight variations. And we're going to look at different ways of using these words to ask questions and talk about your occupations or your jobs or what your roles within a company. And so we're going to start that with Dialogue 6.2. And we're going back to join John and Hedy. But before we join them in Dialogue 6.2, we're going to ask some questions that might relate to programmers and coders. Yonghee, are you ready for some warm-up questions?
Yes, and I'm curious about it because earlier Dialogue 6.1, John got the project green light. So he was looking for the two programmers.
Yes, so we're building on that in the dialogue. He's building on that. He's going to come back with a little more discussion about the programmers. First, before we do the dialogue, we have some warm-up questions, right, with some example answers. So our warm-up questions, let's fire them up. Oh, here they come, yes. So we're going to start with the first question. What code do you program in? Then, have you built a website? If yes, what is the address? And then what code will you learn next?
Interesting question.
Okay, good. So let's ask. First, question 1. What code do you program in? So for example, you might say,
I program in C++. I can program in C++ and Java. I am good at C, Java, and Python.
In the grammar section of part 1 of Unit 6, we learnt about subject, predicate, complement. So, do any of these three sentences match that sentence pattern?
I is subject, program is predicate, in C++ is a complement. No. Actually, in C++ is not complement, it's just the adjunct.
Oh, so number 1 is not a subject because it's not the be verb.
Program itself has a complete meaning.
Action. So which answer here does use the be verb and does have a subject, predicate, complement pattern?
Number 3. Number 3 sentence. I subject. Am is predicate be verb. Good is adjective complement.
Yes.
From at to the end Python, they are all adjunct.
Okay, so as you can see, sentence, like computers have language, obviously language has structure and syntax. So there is a connection here, and it's one of the reasons why we're making this course quite grammatical. So yes, the last sentence uses a subject, predicate, complement form. Number 1 uses the subject, predicate, adjunct. And number 2 is similar, subject, predicate, adjunct. So different sentence patterns can answer different questions. So Yonghee, have you built a website?
Not yet.
See, good, yes. So you could say, yes, I have built a website. No, I haven't. Or, yes, but it is not finished. So Yonghee chose number 2.
2. No, I haven't. Professor Neil, have you built a website?
Yes, but it is not finished.
Still under construction.
Under construction, I think, is the best term for it.
I designed my website,
Oh,
but
that's good.
I haven't.
So what is the address?
The address of my design of a website www.kittylovefish.com.
Okay, so still under construction. So you might say the address is, this is using subject verb complement. The address is www.bbc.com, or it is http://busambridge.com. You are welcome to visit those websites. Obviously, I'm only connected to one of them.
It's still under construction.
Yes, but there's something there to see. Question 4. What code will you learn next? So this is like, I will learn PHP, or I'll need to learn Ruby, etc. and so on. Well, if you're still needing to learn, then you're not ready to take up the occupation of programmer, and therefore you're not going to be much use to John, who is looking for programmers. So let's go on to dialogue 2 about programmers and coders that John is looking for. So let's go and join John and Hedy in the office. There they are. And let's go and listen in on their dialogue. Here we go.
Hi, John. I got your email about the programmers.
Hey, Hedy, that's good.
You're looking for 2 types of programmer?
Yes, that is correct.
The first programmer is front end.
What is their task?
They have to build a website and make it functional and interactive.
That is good. It is done with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
The second programmer is backend.
What is their task?
They have to create logins, user profiles, and embed our widget.
Yes, it is done with Java, Python, and PHP. It is difficult.
It is not easy. You need to find good programmers.
I'll put an advert on the web.
Good luck and see you later.
Well, I hope you enjoyed their conversation. And hopefully we'll see them again later. Oh, there we go. So
that was very, very long, detailed description of what kind of programmers they are looking for.
Yes, so let's just go straight on to the questions. Well, first, before the questions, Yonghee, let's just do one more reading. You read Hedy and I'll read John. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, John. I got your email about the programmers.
Hey, Hedy, that's good.
You're looking for 2 types of programmer?
Yes, that is correct.
The first programmer is front end.
What is their task?
They have to build a website and make it functional and interactive.
That is good. It is done with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
The second programmer is backend.
What is their task?
They have to create the logins, user profiles, and embed our widget.
Oh, yes. It is done with Java, Python, and PHP. It is difficult.
It is not easy. You need to find good programmers.
I'll put an advert on the web.
That is a good idea.
So, Young, you might ask, what is the web?
The web is our website.
Yes, but here when he says, I'll put an advert on the web, he means,
the internet.
On the internet.
On the internet.
Yes, where our website is. Oh, and yes, programmers are heavily involved in the internet these days. So you have front end, they need to know things like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And back end programmers, they need to know things like C++, Java, Python, Node, SQL, and PHP, and many more.
Oh, I still have to study more.
Yes.
A lot of things.
There's lots of languages to learn. And therefore, because we're learning, we're going to ask some questions about the dialogue. So, Yonghee, are you ready for the questions?
Yes, I think I understood clearly after reading the dialogue.
Okay, so who is John looking to employ?
Programmers.
Okay. Yes, John is looking to employ a front-end and back-end programmer. What are tasks of a front-end programmer?
They have to build a website and make that website functional and interactive with users.
Very good. What are the tasks of a back-end programmer?
They have to create logins, user profiles, and embed our company's widget.
Okay, good. And what does Hedy propose John do next?
Need to find good programmers?
Yes, or she proposes that, yes, he needs to find good programmers.
Yeah.
Right, which is enough. Good. Well, there we go. That is Hello World, Dialogue 6.2. Thank you, Hedy and John. Yep, bye-bye for now.
See you next time.
See you next time, yes. So we are going to move on from Dialogue 6.2, Programmers and Coders, to the reading. Oh no, not reading. IT support call first.
Oh, Sam, we should not miss out Sam.
No.
So what's Sam doing today?
Well, Sam is not a programmer. He is IT support. However, John has decided to give him a call because John is having to put the advertisement on the web page.
Oh yeah, he said that he's gonna put the advert on the web.
Yes, he wants to put an advert on the web page, but he's having trouble embedding an image. And so he's calling Sam for his technical expertise in this area. So let's go to John's office and listen to John call Sam. Here we go.
Hello, IT. This is Sam speaking.
Good morning, Sam. We're looking for a new programmer.
That's nice. How can I help?
So, we are trying to put an advertisement on our web page.
What's the problem?
We want to embed an image from Dropbox, but it does not display.
What is the link for the image file?
It is https://www.dropbox.com/s/advert.jpg?DL = 0.
I have seen this before. You have two options.
And they are?
Either change www to DL or change DL = 1 to RAW = 1.
Wow, Sam, that worked. You should be a programmer, Sam.
I'm studying to be a programmer in my free time.
Well, I wish you luck. Thank you for your help, Sam.
You're welcome. Time 11:45 a.m. Date November 3rd. We'll fix you.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you, Sam. Yongi, we just have some questions. So, John called, so name is John. The date
Was November 3rd.
and the time was
11:45 a.m.
perfect. And the location?
Location is John's office.
Okay, yep. And so what problem was John having?
He couldn't embed an image.
Yes, he couldn't embed an image from Dropbox. He could not embed an image from Dropbox. The image does not display. So what was the solution?
Sam offered the changes of code to the image file upload.
Yeah, so Sam suggested John change the address of the image. Right? So in the link, Sam suggests that he change www to DL or change the DL = 1 to raw = 1. So the solution is to change www to DL or change DL equals 1 to raw RAW equals 1.
Wow, Sam is very good at programming.
Yes, well, he's learning to program in his free time.
Excellent man.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you, Sam. We are going to move on.
Move on to the reading.
To the reading, yes. This time we are going to reading 6.2.
About John's advert.
Yeah, so let's go into reading 2.
Oh, this is a very cool place.
Yes, because we're going back in time. We're going back in time to when there was no internet. Imagine that, no internet. What would the world be without the World Wide Web? Well, because someone had to invent it. That's the point. There was a time, before 1991, when there was no public access to the World Wide Web.
We had to go to library.
Yeah, had to read books. So here's an example. So we have our warm-up questions, but we're not going to give examples here. I'm just going to have Yonghee answer them, see if she can answer these questions. So, who is Leonardo da Vinci?
He's an Italian artist,
Okay.
also the scientist.
Yep. So Leonardo da Vinci was an artist and scientist. What about Galileo Galilei?
Galileo Galilei was the astrologist.
Astrologist. Robert Boyle
Robert Boyle was the scientist.
and Isaac Newton
He was a physicist
and Albert
and mathematician.
Oh, yes, and Albert Einstein.
Physicist and mathematician.
Why were they famous? Or why are they famous? And who invented the internet? Ooh. So why is Leonardo da Vinci famous?
Because he was genius.
Okay. Why was Galileo Galilei
Because
famous?
he was genius.
Well, think about what they invented. All right. Robert Boyle, what did he invent?
Boyle's law.
Okay. What did Isaac Newton invent?
Law of inertia.
What did Albert Einstein invent?
Theory of relativity.
Okay, so people had to invent things. So someone had to invent the internet.
Ooh, who invented the internet?
Exactly. And that is what our story is. It's about who changed the world by inventing the internet. So, Yonghee, who invented the internet? If you know it, don't say it. That would spoil the whole point of this exercise. Do you know who invented the internet?
I have no idea.
No idea. Oh, okay. Then let's go on to the reading. Oh, leaving our images behind of Leonardo da Vinci, Galileo Galilei, Robert Boyle, Isaac.
No, Isaac Newton.
Oh no, Robert Boyle.
Oh,
He's missing.
Why
And
did
Albert
you?
Einstein.
Why did you miss it,
Oh,
Professor Neil?
is that Robert Boyle?
No, he's the guy who invented the internet.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to say his name.
No, not yet. Not yet. Okay, so we're going on to the reading now. You should come with us to the reading to find out who this guy is.
Oh, his shirt is matching with our color of the.
That's just coincidental. So let's read through, and you can notice quite a lot of use of the be verb here. So here I go. This is the story of the man who invented the internet. In 1955, a young man is born in London to parents who were computer scientists. He grows up and goes to Oxford University to study physics. At Oxford, he learns how to program computers for science. He is now interested in science and computers. After graduating from Oxford, he works as a software engineer for CERN, a physics research center in Geneva in Switzerland. There are many scientists and computers at CERN, but they are not networked, so sharing research is slow. Thus, our hero has an idea. Eureka! He creates 3 fundamental technologies for the foundation of the web: HTML, URI, aka URL, and HTTP. His idea is so great that scientists at CERN share their research on the web. His first web page address is http://info.cern.ch/hypertext/www/next/worldwideweb.html. Today, www is on many web pages. His invention changed the world and created the internet. Who is he? He is the man who invented the internet. His name is... Look his name up on the World Wide Web, if you don't know.
His name is...
Wait, Yonghi, we have we have the questions coming. Interestingly, he was involved with... Steve Jobs was involved in this process. Steve Jobs lent the computer, the next computer that was used to connect them to the internet. So yes, big people, big guns.
We like story.
Yes. So we have a young man who was born in London to parents who were computer scientists. He grows up, goes to Oxford University, studies physics, learns how to program computer scientists, goes to work as a software engineer for CERN. That was his occupation in Geneva, Switzerland. And there he learns, he realizes that the computers are not networked. So he networks the computers, creates 3 fundamental technologies that we still use today: HTML, URI, aka URL, and HTTP. And this becomes so great that it changes the world. And that is where our questions are going now. To the World Wide Web. So, Yonghi, are you ready for the 5 questions?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's fire away. Who invented the World Wide Web? What is his name? Do you need to pause and check?
Yes. His name is Tim Berners-Lee.
Well done, Yonghi. And where and when was he born?
London.
And when?
He was born in 1955.
Very good. And what did he study at university?
Physics.
Okay, yes, he studied physics. Where was he working when he invented the World Wide Web?
CERN in Switzerland.
And what are the fundamental technologies he invented? And what 3 fundamental technologies did he invent?
He invented HTML, URI, aka URL, we call it now, and HTTP.
Okay, very good. So hopefully you have learned something interesting there. You have learned about Sir Tim Berners-Lee. Yes, he is Sir Tim Berners-Lee, the man who invented the internet. He's the guy who gave us the World Wide Web. So every time you look at a www for a website, you know you are looking at Tim Berners-Lee's invention. Alright, so lastly, portfolio. Moving on to the last bit, we have the portfolio. And as usual with the portfolio, we have some questions, and we're going to ask you to answer them. So with the questions, these are the questions. So fill in with your answers. So these are my answers. Okay.
What is your name?
Neil.
What is your favorite web page?
www.chess.com.
Oh, Queen's Gambit. What web page is good for news?
BBC.
What web page is good for job searching?
Naver is good for job searching.
What web page is good for shopping?
eBay is good for shopping.
What web page is good for streaming?
Twitch is good for streaming.
Which is better, Naver or Google?
Naver is better because it is good for shopping and job searching. and checking the news. So there, portfolio questions. Yoonghee, are you ready to answer your portfolio questions?
Yes.
Okay. What is your favorite web page?
My favorite web page is www.naverwebtoon.com.
Okay. What web page is good for news?
For me, 다음
Okay. Is good for news.
good for news.
What web page is good for job searching?
Web page. highbrain.com.
Oh, is good for job searching. What web page is good for shopping?
I like shopping Must Eat and Wizwit.
Okay, and what web page is good for streaming?
Streaming. YouTube.
Is good for streaming. Okay, and which is better, Naver or Google? Why?
I prefer Google because Google has more academic papers.
So Google is better because it is good for academic papers.
Yeah, worldwide scholar papers.
Thank you, Yoonghee. A bit more difficult questions this time, which shows the subject-verb complement is not easy to handle. Okay, so something worth practicing. Well, there we go. That is Unit 6. Quite a lot to cover on programming and coding, much more than you probably expected at the beginning.
It was a much higher burden.
Not a burden, all right? This is
Weight.
This is what people choose to do, so it's quite the opposite of
But
that.
I want to learn all these things because I want to be a good programmer.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for joining us. This is the end, and time for us to say goodbye. So goodbye from me, Professor Neil, and goodbye from my tea, Yoonghee.
Bye bye. See you next time. Bye bye.